What is a fast food place no one can tell you it's good?
Wimpy's.
I've never had their thing before.
I don't know anybody who has. So that's a fast food place
No one
that
can
nobody
tell you
can tell me
it's
is good. I don't know. I've seen maybe 3 in all of my lifetimes. And I've never could say that I've seen somebody that I know walk out or walk in or someone who said, yo, I just had myself a Wimpy burger.
I've never heard no one say that.
No one.
The
No
Podical
one.
What's up, everybody? I'm Marvelous.
And I'm not your average Joseph.
We are the Podical Sons, and this show is hilariously inappropriate but intellectual beyond belief. So let's start this show. Like, comment, subscribe, all the above, all streaming platforms possible, even the newer ones that keep coming up and popping up. We appreciate y'all. Look for Podical Sons Podcast on the socials, at Podical Sons. You can find us or at Pod Sons. You'll see these faces and everything like that. So let's get this show started. How you feeling today?
I'm feeling good, man. How you feeling, bro?
I've seen better, pun intended.
You've seen better.
Yeah. Old age kicking in, so gotta go get eyes tested and shit like that. But studio lights is kind of bright, but I'm here.
Mine is next month. I think the 8th, if I'm not mistaken. I gotta go in and do my so before it was yearly, but now it's every 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I've gotta go in and do that little checkup.
It depends on like I look at the person, right? So they said on average and stuff from like 39 to 40, it starts to degenerate,
Right.
right? So they were saying, let's say this. They said to me today that 65 is when it's done degenerating. What you got is what you got.
Is what you got. Okay.
So 65, that's what it is. So from now, let's say from 40 to 65, they want to measure how bad or how small and stuff is, everything and stuff like that, whatever. So for
Right.
me, I don't need glasses,
Right.
which is the blessing and stuff and everything. I just need they said if any case, just
reading.
keep it reading like to and fro and stuff. And she even told me, she's like, when you waste the bread, she's like, go to Dollarama or some shit like that, whatever.
Yeah.
Or just buy like a few, like let's say if I know I chill like in the living room, put one in the living room, one in the bedroom, by my desk at work or something like that. Keep one in the car if need be and stuff, whatever. She's like, don't even trip. She's like, cause my shit is like +1.
Okay.
And that's like the lowest you can get.
Yeah, I think okay, so the year prior to my last visit,
Okay.
like but the visit prior to that,
Mm.
he wrote me a small prescription for just like the same thing, like reading glasses, like to just have on the side and so forth like that.
Well, which
But,
ones? Because like there's the lowest I've seen, the lowest she told me,
yeah,
the optometrist and stuff said that 0.1 or like, 1 point is probably like the bare minimum. So
Right,
she's
right.
like, because of the regeneration thing, whatever. But like, let's say if somebody might get like a 1.5 or 1.75 or a 2.0 or even a 4 point. And I was like, oh. So he's like, yeah, it's still not bad enough and stuff like, but she said most of the time and stuff when it gets to at least over 2,
yeah.
they probably try to recommend
Okay.
people and stuff to get some glasses and stuff to kind of lock in.
Well, that regeneration thing makes sense then because
Not degeneration.
okay. When he told me to go, he basically said the same thing. Like, okay, you can fulfill it if you want, but if not, then not. So then the following, like the year after that, he's like, my eyes tested out better. So it's like, well, I didn't bother getting getting any glasses or anything like that. But it's since then it's just been like it's gonna be 2 years now. So whether I was borderline then and maybe now it's like kind of I'll know it, I guess in the next month or so.
Well, how do you feel like when you look at regular stuff like
I
far
feel like
and near?
some of the distance stuff.
The distance stuff
Yes,
is getting you?
it's starting to look little fuzzy. So but that's what I struggled with before. So I'll see when I go. If at this point if I need be get, then I had the room and I always wanted to get some spectacles. So go distinguished with the gray beard.
This guy. This is a model thing for you. This guy.
So it's if it comes, it comes. My pops had glaucoma, so I think there was one test that was covered automatically
Mhm.
from by my OHIP, and then that I would do yearly, but I think they stopped it for some reason. So now my visits has been like every 2 years.
She was saying the stuff, whatever, like the thing that fucked me up and stuff when she was saying that the shit, we need to have more conversation. So she said she was giving like nationalities and race backgrounds and stuff, whatever, like how their eye degenerates and stuff like that. She's like, yeah,
Right.
African descent people and stuff, whatever. They're up there.
Yeah.
But she said you guys get more glaucoma. So she's
Yeah,
Asian, right?
Yeah.
My optometrist and stuff, she's Asian. So what she was telling me and stuff, she's like, unlike us and stuff, the glaucoma is not really like heavy in our world.
Right.
But they're like in any case and stuff, whatever, that, and then much less even lifestyle and stuff, whatever. Foods, you are what you eat.
Mm-hmm.
And she said people don't pay attention to smoking and stuff like that because even like the vape from the smoke and everything like that, whatever, starts the heat factors and stuff towards the eyes.
Right.
So she said a lot of people don't pay that no attention. So she said, add a smoker, much less they're a diabetic, and then when like diabetes will fuck with your vision, and then plus with the smoking and stuff, whatever. She's like, it's not common. She's like, it's not far off that somebody will come in there and like might not have good vision in one eye
Right.
because of like, let's say, if they probably had a common place where they might smoke.
Yeah.
And like the
yeah.
wind or something like that, and like the fumes and stuff might just go to the one particular
To that one
eye.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit. And then she was like, yeah, one of her homegirls and stuff with her worked out one time and stuff, whatever, was doing a lot of straining.
Mm-hmm.
And then she went to go do an eye test, and they're like, oh, we got to take you to the hospital.
Wow.
Because it's kind of like her like cornea was like thin. And then because she used to work out and stuff, whatever, some of the like the stretching, the strain, and thin it out even more without her even paying attention to stuff, whatever. So I was like, oh. So she's like, a lot of factors people don't realize
I was about
that,
to say,
whatever.
it's amazing, like certain things that you do, you take for granted, but it's affecting like parts of your body that you don't even know of.
Man, I don't look here. When the body talks,
Yeah.
you listen and you answer. Point blank, period.
Yeah, but you hear what I'm saying though. Like she's straining. She's probably never thinking that. Okay, me straining like that is making the membrane like thinner on my eyes, because I would have never thought of that.
Yeah, but then I think when worst case scenario and stuff is kind of like, oh, your vision. Maybe you should look into your vision.
Right.
And that's why she was scheduled for an annual like 2-year eye exam. They're like, what's changed in your world?
Right.
And she said, oh, I've been working out because I've been putting on some weight and everything. They're like, yes, this is what it is. They're like, haven't you realized that your vision was slowly going from the time you start working out, whatever? And she's like, I just thought I was getting old.
I was about to say, she probably just thought of it as old.
When your body talks, listen to it. As soon as you realize like, this is not normal, and your normal has been going on for past 72 hours, book an appointment. Especially in Ontario. I don't hear nobody excuses in Ontario, whatever, because that will come to the factor, right?
Right.
Because I look at it stuff as like, she's like, well, your vision and stuff is still immaculate. It's better than mine.
Right.
And all this type of stuff. So I'm like, cool. She's like, well, yeah, keep up the good work.
Right.
Whatever you're doing, just keep it up and stuff. She's like, a lot of people don't probably try to pop in here to probably like maybe 45 or 50 when it's kind of like too far to kind of help save.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then I know somebody and stuff where like they were seeing like spots or something and stuff in their right eye.
Mm-hmm.
They grew up in a world, I guess, where their parents never really either had the funds or the finances or certain things and stuff to make it happen. But then apparently when she started working, she went to go get it checked out. They're like, if we caught this when you were younger, we could have saved your vision.
Corrected it, yeah.
So it's like, yeah, man, you don't sleep, man.
No, I take it serious. Like I said, my family has got like a history of glaucoma. So ever since my pops had got it,
I take everything into consideration, everything pertaining to the body. I'm like, both parents are diabetic. My father had pancreatic cancer. My mom had colon cancer and stuff like that, whatever. Yo, when the diabetes, hypertension, shit don't feel right, I'm questioning it.
Yeah.
Point blank, period. I remember one night I was laying down and stuff in the bed, and I was like, I couldn't get comfortable, but I'm like, I wasn't restless, whatever. I was just there. I'm like, couldn't get comfortable. And then like, my heart started beating fast.
Right.
And I'm looking like, what the hell? And then when I realized and stuff, it was like, yeah, over a period of time, because my punk ass not sleeping, my blood pressure is raising and stuff, whatever. So and like that's what I'm saying. People don't factor in those things are connected and stuff as well, right?
Right.
So soon as the body makes some noise, look at it, examine it for 72 hours, and take your ass somewhere. It's adulting, man. What about you, Joy, this week though?
Shout out to my girlfriend Michelle, man. She had her 45th.
Nice.
And we celebrated it. It was nice because she's one of those people that don't really celebrate at all and always constantly put the grind on things. So it was easy for her to get caught up.
Mm-hmm.
But no, yesterday she let loose. It was her and two other of her girlfriends. All four of them they turned 45 around a similar time, so they decided to keep
combine everything all in one.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, it was good. It was a nice night.
Good. I'm not mad.
But I hate downtown driving, man. Oh my gosh.
So and we were talking about this the other day, right?
Yeah.
We were seeing the stuff that like Toronto itself is obviously a mega city.
Right.
Right? A lot of places and stuff are now building up. Let's say, we'll even say, look at Mississauga.
Right.
Right? A place like Sauga and stuff has become its own mega city and stuff as is and stuff. Are we really delegating most sort of like, let's say, the soirees and the function type of places and stuff to just Toronto? Or is it like more of a situation? No, because I know this situation is a collaborated effort.
Right.
But a lot of people and stuff, whatever, they look at it stuff like, all right, let's say, for example, we'll mention a restaurant. Let's say STK.
Okay.
STK and stuff is kind of world renowned. It's only in Toronto.
Right.
I feel like they should put something like that and stuff in Mississauga because they have to understand the stuff like, yo, the population has now increased.
Yeah.
We should accommodate, because I look at it as where ever since they did the shit last summer with the gardener,
right,
a lot of let's say people from here has reverted and like just like him and Han about going downtown in general. The tourists that come and stuff, whatever, they know no better, so they just like, damn, the traffic is the traffic.
Well, downtown still got to maintain some sort of allure. So I don't know like what the deal would be with state, because they would do fairly well in a place like Mississauga, right? But maybe they might even be getting a kickback from the city of Toronto to say, hey, we need you here and only here for people to have a reason to come into the city. like there's got to be something to keep you wanting to come into Toronto for you to stop you coming into Toronto altogether. Because you're right, because other cities are building up now. They're having their own infrastructure, and it's more accommodating than having to drive. I think the problem is still with what makes Toronto so attractive for most people keeping the function is that it's still considered central. So if you got people that's out in Scarborough, if you got people who are out in Ajax, that side of the woods, or people who are out in, like, let's say the furthest west would be like maybe Hamilton coming into your function.
Okay.
At least Toronto would be considered like a central meeting place, and everybody knows Toronto from the outskirts. So I think that's why they still kind of do it.
I used to think like that too. I
would say even if you do like somewhere in North York or uptown, right? Like you don't. It doesn't necessarily have to be downtown, but I get that you want it to be in the middle where it's accessible to everybody. But I think just downtown now, it's too congested, man. Too much traffic.
So I'll say this and stuff, whatever, right? Kind of like most of the people, let's say if you grew up in the East. If you grew up in the East End and stuff, whatever, right? Let's say Scarborough Town Center was your old stomping grounds and stuff, whatever. You probably went to high school around that place and stuff, whatever. Your family lived around that zone and stuff. I feel like you might have more of a, let's say, more of your following or your peoples and stuff more from the East side.
Right.
So I look at stuff as where downtown is not even negotiable or even makes sense. I kind of look at it, even if you have a 1-2 West Side Riders and everything.
Yeah.
I heard them back over and stuff to the East where it'd be like, look, majority of my peoples is here.
Yeah.
If we accommodate for just 3 people compared to like 20, it might be kind of wild. Like I even looked at stuff like even for my birthday function.
Right.
I really didn't want to go downtown and stuff, whatever, but I looked at it stuff as where I had people coming in from out of town, and then tons of people and stuff were saying like, you know what? I don't go downtown like that, and I'll make that exception and stuff for it because of Gardner.
Right.
Whatever, right? But in reality and stuff, whatever, if it was up to me fully, well, it was up to me, but I look at stuff as like Mississauga, I would look and do things and stuff in Saga and stuff over downtown Toronto. Like downtown Toronto, like you even said, and we were talking about it, that like the CN Tower is overhyped.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. And certain things and stuff, whatever. I'm looking at them like the sports attractions and like the main events and stuff like that. Yes. To sell a ticket for somewhere, if I'm like a war renowned, whoever the hell,
Right.
coming from somewhere, it might not sound appealing to say, I'm going to Mississauga to go sell. Cause people be like, who? Where?
No, yeah, yeah.
But then you're gonna say Toronto and stuff, whatever. Then people be like, yeah, I don't know. Cause like I said, like with this Vibes Cartel thing,
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure fuckers are coming from all walks of like from the Hamiltons all the way and stuff from like, let's say Bowmanville
Yeah.
to make it to downtown
Yeah,
Toronto.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Shit, they're coming from out of province. It's in Saskatoon.
Yeah, well, cause I knew somebody that came for the Breezy Bowl from Cleveland, right?
From Cleveland, yeah.
Because she was like, yo, when it came to Ticketmaster and everything, the price range and stuff and the currency exchange
It made
rate,
more sense.
Yeah, it made more sense. So it was kind of like two birds in one stone. So she kind of took the time off. We linked before it was because my job and stuff and where it was at the Rogers Stadium
Right.
wasn't too far from each other.
Okay.
So she actually came rolled up on me and stuff, whatever. And she's like, yeah. And they went. And I was like, but that was rainy. Both days are rainy, but the first day was even soaking.
Yeah.
So she's like, it's still on, so I'm still going. I'm like, shit, I drove 4 hours and stuff. I'm like, yo, boo, do you, man? So I'm not mad at the energy, man. You do what you do. But the commute for commuters and stuff, whatever, the local allure, it takes a lot to get somebody locally to say they're going to go downtown now.
Other than, it's like, because I remember growing up, like just to go downtown. Oh, well, let's just go downtown. Just going downtown to just chill and hang. Like that was a thing, right?
Mhm.
But it's like now it's like to even suggest to going down just for a particular reason seems like too much of a chore if you can find that reason outside of downtown.
That's what I'm saying. All right, man. Let's cook with the polls first. So you ready?
Let's go ahead.
First poll of the week was, do you follow your heart or your mind? And what do you got?
I'm gonna say heart.
I said heart too.
Yeah.
I said heart too. 89% said mind. 89% said mind. Tell me why you said heart.
Tell me why I say heart?
Yeah. Because I we'll see. We'll see if it's the same.
For me, I think a lot of people are still basing their decisions on emotion and not really.
Would that be considered heart?
Yeah.
Okay.
And not really logical, which would be considered their mind.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think people are still getting themselves into situations way more than they should be because their emotions are involved.
Yeah, and I agree to that because I look at, let's say, okay, I've heard a lot of talk this week about how men are fucked up. And this is from the women, right?
This is from the women?
From some women and stuff like that, how men are fucked up.
Do any of them have side men?
I want to say maybe 2 or 3 trying to recruit. 2 or 3 are trying to recruit. Because it's kind of like, I don't know, the temperature of women and stuff is a little bit different what I'm used to.
Yeah.
But I look at it and stuff as like different strokes with different folks. So the women that were saying like, men are this, that, and a third and all the above, I don't believe they chose these men using their mind.
Right.
I feel like they chose the men using their heart.
Yes.
Because it's kind of like there was a conversation about what I would do for a woman. And then they're like, oh, that's nice. Well, some men won't do that for some women and everything like that. But I'm like, but you chose that man.
From your experience, right? Because it's always been said, and I want to say from my experience too, I've kind of seen it that way. Men tend to think more logically and women more emotionally.
I can agree with that.
Can you agree to that?
I can agree.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
But I feel like there would be a situation where, let's say, and the sexism would vary, right?
Right.
The sexism would vary, but it's still leaning heavy, on that side and stuff, whatever. I do believe a good portion of the time and stuff, let's say, women, if they ran into a lot of errors,
okay,
before with their emotions.
Right.
They're trying to get tuned in more with the mind.
Got it.
Right. And I
Got it.
think men over a period of time and stuff is kind of like, I don't want to say midlife crisis, but I want to say there's something and stuff about them like, yo, I've done everything by the book or I've done it like this.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to start trying to breathe.
Right.
And then that's where they
right,
lean
yeah.
into like the heart aspect and stuff, whatever, right? Because something, they were like, let's say the reason I said midlife crisis people and stuff, look at it as like, there's a guy be like, I almost wanted to buy a fucking Camaro. I need a Camaro and stuff, whatever. No, you have a family and your SUV was
good,
awesome.
good,
It was a
good.
great choice.
Right.
You used great judgment to buy it and
You
stuff.
got the one that
whatever.
was good on
You're
gas.
like, but yeah. But now I'm feeling like I'm missing something.
Yes.
What are you missing?
That childhood Trans Am that I had that I got for my Hot Wheels collection.
Lead the way, Hot Wheels. And then now, you see what I'm saying? So I feel like it flip-flops and stuff for certain people, not all, but a good portion of stuff like that between the sexes that I've seen.
Yeah.
But then again, there's still some people, I feel like there's still some women I know with stuff like, they're rolling the dice and stuff, whatever, with the emotion side. And there's some guys and stuff and be like, I had a guy say this to me like maybe a few months at work.
Right.
I was like, somebody said something like, oh, you need a woman to the guy, whatever, right? And the guy said, no, I just need pleasure. I think paying for pleasure is cheaper than having a woman. So everybody's looking like, what the hell? I'm like, own it, dog. Own it. I'm not mad at the energy.
I'm not mad.
Own it.
I'm not mad.
And then they were calling him all types of, oh, he's evil, he's this, he's disgusting, he's a this. He's
you
like,
got to live your life, man. You got to live your life.
The man, no, but the man was breaking it down. The man said, call it what you want. He's like, if I only might need a release maybe twice a month, whatever, right? And he's like, if my release twice a month will cost me maybe about like 2 bills, he's like, compared to like, and he looked at one of the women and stuff, whatever, at the time, he's like,
oh no.
I have to buy you dinner. I have to buy myself dinner. I have to probably pick you up. It costs gas. I probably have to do this for you. I have to buy you flowers. He's like, that's way over the $200 budget for the month. Whatever, right? He's like, no, I'm okay. I'm like, logic. Logic.
I mean, once you don't plan to have an emotional attachment included in this whole
heart is not
arrangement.
Heart not included.
Heart not included.
Yo, I was like, be who you are.
It's all business.
It's all business.
It's all business at this point.
I would like, you know what the funny thing too, when I was thinking about the question and everything, like whatever, right? It was crazy because like I checked my Bible app because I read my Bible app and stuff, periodically.
Yeah.
And I want to say like they had a thing for, and I saw, and I said I'll make a note of it. Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. Trust in the Lord with your heart and lean not on your own understanding.
Yeah.
And then the 6 is, in all ways submit to him and he will make your path straight. So I look at stuff, even if you're a religious person, you're not really supposed to go by mind. Because if we're talking about fate and everything, fate is like, let's say mind stuff is like, you can see the math, you can see the numbers. That's your mind, that's your logic and stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
Faith, you can't see anything. So you got to go by your mind.
You got to go by your mind.
So I feel like, shout out to the backsliders that voted for the mind because y'all don't believe in God like we believe in God on the Podical Sons. Let's go.
Let's go.
The next poll was...
Wait, did you get a percentage for that last one?
Which one? The heart?
Yeah.
Yeah, mine is 89%.
89%.
89%?
89% for mine.
Yeah. I mean...
Heartless bastards out there. All right, next poll. All right.
Yo, these people are hurt.
They're hurt. They're hurt.
Next poll was, do men sleep with any kind of woman?
When I seen this, I died.
And then the song I put with
because I know it was gonna be a high yes
for women.
Where did it end up on the polls, Sir Mark?
57% said yes. 57%, man. Come on, man. Come on. And I peeked at it some part in the day because I like posted it first thing in the morning.
Right.
Went about my day and stuff like that, whatever. And then somebody else saw it and stuff at work, and they're like, yo, You guys fuck anything. So I was like, of course you guys will say that because you guys think the worst of men, and women's
worst. They think
inferior,
the
superior
worst.
complex,
Yeah.
and everything. I was like, so you feel men don't have standards? They're like, no. So I said, see if you can Google, and I said to the person and stuff, I'm like, see if you can Google like woman in wheelchair stuff, missing limbs and stuff, and ask your significant other if he'll clap them cheeks and stuff, whatever, right?
Right.
Or he won't do that. That's standards.
That's standards.
That's standards.
That's standards. Because there's no saying the cheeks can't still get clapped.
Exactly.
That's it. He's choosing not to at that point.
I feel like a lot of women don't give us no credit.
No,
like,
none whatsoever. So
like,
just when I seen it, I was like, oh Lord. They
like,
don't have us with everything.
No, because all right, and I'll say this. We've posted who's more accepting of like, I guess like flaws
Right.
between the two. And the women will jump up and say women. And I remember I stood on men's side because I look at it stuff as where there's a lot of guys, like I was a guy at a time and stuff, whatever, where I'm still a man, but there was a point in time where I looked at it stuff as where I was about to get it in with a chick.
Right.
And then like, you know, you kind of peel off the panties and you realize, oh shit, you got more hair down there than I got up here.
Right.
Whatever, right?
Yeah.
Then we're like, do I not? Because the panties already came off.
Panties already came off, man.
Do I complain? do I just take the vagina? I'm gonna say take the vagina. So
start a small brush fire.
push in the bush.
push in the bush. Start a small brush fire and be on your merry way.
I know, and even Chappelle, shout out to David Chappelle and stuff, whatever. He even said it and stuff, whatever, too. And I brought the same joke to somebody else, to a woman, whatever. Chappelle's like, if a woman is to see a man, like, I'm not gonna give you head. You got too much pubic hair and stuff down there. Nope. Party is shut down.
Right.
Case in point. Now I look at it stuff as where it kind of looks like men do fuck anything. Now I've saw, TLC, they put everybody's horror stories or war stories on there, whatever. Like they just care to see who's deranged and who's willing to make money off their abnormalities in a deranged world.
Right.
I saw a woman, she has some kind of disease and she's like forever young and she's tiny. Kind of looks like a Benjamin Button thing, but it's like her body cannot grow past a specific time.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Same woman that was bringing the argument I told about her husband and stuff, whatever. She's like, there's a woman, she looks like a 12-year-old. No, she looks like an 8-year-old kid forever. She's grown, but she has a fiance. Men are disgusting. So I said to her, I'm like, or men are more accepting.
Or more accepting at that point.
So I said,
because you could imagine that husband, what he's thinking about 24/7, just walking down the street with her, what everybody else is saying, like this particular lady. You have to have the heart of steel to knowing that people are out there calling you pedophile. People are out there calling you pedophile, but really, this is an old ass chick that just has Benjamin Button disease.
And she's actually older than him, I think, by 2 years.
By 2 years.
By 2 years. So I said this stuff, and I was like, and I said to her, I'm like, I don't find a lot of situations where women, or let's say quote unquote normal women, would marry a guy, like say, like, I want to say the wheelchair thing after he's in a chair.
Yeah.
No. So let's say, for example, if they were married to the guy,
right.
Legs are good.
Post injury still would do because
kosher.
Right.
Afterwards, whatever, because you're like, I remember the good old days.
Yeah.
And he was never like this stuff in the beginning and blah blah blah.
And it's still a ride to die because some women will leave.
Right.
Some women will leave.
To the guys and stuff, whatever, like in the chair and stuff, whatever, I want to say like their dating capability and stuff is like way lower. I've asked women and stuff, whatever, right? Around this week and stuff pertaining about this question. The single women that I know, I'm like, how many guys you see on the dating apps, Tinder, Bumble, etc., posted up and said they're in wheelchairs, right? And they're like 0. And then I know a guy who was single at the time someone were having a conversation. I'm like, have you seen women with, he's like, I see a ton of women and stuff on Hinge.
Yeah.
That might be in wheelchairs and stuff like that, whatever, right?
Right.
Because I'm like, because men are more accepting, so they know that they get more of a chance to get hit or get picked. Yeah. When the guy and stuff in the wheelchair, he's looking like, she's gonna pass over me and stuff. I'm not even gonna waste the attempt or even try. So I said maybe some women should start being more accepting of men's flaws. There's men that will marry women that are on the spectrum. I'm a father with a child on the spectrum and stuff like that, whatever, right?
Right.
I feel like if he comes along enough and decent amount of stuff, a woman might look at him to say possible marriage.
Right.
And some other women might look at him and stuff as like, yeah, I'm not looking here to take care of anybody. I've heard women say that rhetoric and stuff, whatever, too now. So I'm looking like, shit, I don't really hear enough guys say that. So I'm like, you guys are less accepting.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm like, we don't fuck anything, but we're just more accepting.
No, man. If we do this
Talk about it.
No. I'm agreeing with you.
Them.
No, man. You fuck anything.
Yeah. You men are awful. You men are this. You men are that.
Dogs.
You guys are dogs. You guys have a penis. I was like, the fuck? You guys think about sex more than we do.
Right?
Like, all right. Let's get to the meat and potatoes. Week 3 of U.S. government shutdown.
Week 3. Did you think it was gonna go this far? This how many weeks?
I thought it was gonna go for a month. I believe
a month. You had a month?
I have a month.
Right.
I have a month in like maybe about 3 days. I have for some reason I have 33, 34 days.
Right. So in your eyes, at least another week to go.
Yeah, because I think like after the week, because remember when there was a shutdown when Biden was in office and stuff like that, right?
Right. Yeah.
I looked at that situation and stuff, and I was like, you know what? The longer it cooks, they realize what parts the government is really needed, right?
Right.
Because I look at it as where a lot of the voters, the picture of you're a person and stuff said, oh, I'm not voting for nothing and blah, blah, blah and everything. All right, you didn't participate in the vote, but you still have to suffer with the masses that everything is shut.
Yeah.
Your SNAP shit's not coming in. Some benefits and stuff has stopped now, whatever.
It's all on pause.
I think the funniest is when I heard Trump say like, "Yo, no matter what, the Secretary of Defense, has get
Can't remember his name.
Mr. Pete. I always call him Mr. Pete. With Trump's like, they need to get paid. The soldiers need to get paid.
Yeah.
They said the soldiers and the armed forces are gonna get paid.
Okay,
throughout this regardless.
So is the police force being paid?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So them, the armed forces, ICE, of course, and certain people, they need to be paid and stuff. So they're gonna get paid and stuff, whatever, first and foremost.
Right.
Right. And I looked at it, I was like, yeah, as long as those things still running in the background and stuff, whatever. You think they give a fuck about coming back?
So what
Most
about
of them are multimillionaires.
So what's going on with the airlines now? Because the TSA agents, are they working or
that I'm not too sure.
Not too sure.
That I'm not too sure and stuff, whatever. Because I know eventually and stuff, whatever. I think most of those things kind of interact with Homeland Security, and I guess they might make sure those things kind of still run smooth because it's still trying to keep America safe.
Right.
But if it's not pertaining to keep America safe, why are we allocating? Like, you need to eat. If you're on a SNAP card program, right?
Yeah.
Fuck, they got to do to keep America safe. Yeah.
Man, I tell you.
But my Trump question I wanted to ask you and stuff for this week was, does Trump end wars or start them? Because you've seen the whole situation with the Gaza and Israel, right?
Yeah.
And ain't nobody more of a poster person and stuff, whatever, than Donald J over there.
Yeah.
Don Juan is over there posing like, without me, this wouldn't happen.
So I was going to say, he starts them to end them.
He starts them to end them.
Yeah.
I'm going to disagree with that. But tell me, speak on it.
Well, I know,
what part did he to start?
I feel like he understands how the impact he has when he does things at a certain time. So when I say start things to end them, of course he didn't start this particular conflict,
right?
But they could have squashed this like 3 or 4 vetoes ago.
Like you talking about Israel and Gaza and Palestine?
The U.S. The U.S. could have vetoed this 3 or 4 vetoes ago at the UN and stopped this whole foolishness from happening.
So why didn't they do this and stuff before Trump got in office?
This is what I'm saying, right? I think it's not just a Trump problem. I think it's a U.S. thing. Started to solve it. When you started, of course, who else is going to come in and solve it? Especially if you can stop people from solving it. Like, they vetoed it twice already. Before Trump got in office,
Correct.
Trump got in office, they vetoed it again, right? So I'm saying, okay, when is it time? Well, time is now. Time is always of the essence when they try to do these things, right? All of a sudden now, right on the heels of all the other countries are saying we're going to we're going to say it's a bipartisan was it bipartisan whatever, I don't know how they split it up, but it's a two-state solution, right?
Okay.
They're going to recognize Palestine as its own state.
Mhm.
It's less than a week after that the war was solved. U.S. didn't want to have it as a two. They didn't want that either. Israel didn't want that. But yet somehow now the rest of the world is turning on them. So now they have to do something. So okay, now's a good time for me to say, okay, I want to win my Nobel Peace Prize. Not who or however you pronounce your name. Sorry.
Yeah.
However you pronounce your name, it's time for you to end the game. We're gonna get both sides to come together, and I'm gonna win this. No, but the funny thing is, he didn't get the prize. It was she from Brazil.
Which one? Because I heard there's several nominees going on.
She won it. What's her name? I think she was the opposition of the. What's that government in there now that sees a dictatorship? Is it Brazil I'm thinking about? No? I don't know, whatever. The one who just won over it, and he was complaining how he should have won it because of him stopping all these wars, right? And like, bro, but you could have you could have ended suffering a long time ago. Like the whole U.S. could have ended suffering like a long
U.S.,
time
but
ago.
not Donald Trump, and that's the thing because even like the Russia-Ukraine thing started and stuff, whatever, during Biden's run,
right?
And this Hamas and Israel thing started off, and when they were there, so I look at it stuff as where his whole thing when he was coming in or even running and campaigning, he was like, when I was in office, there was no wars. Now, if we look at the history of recent presidents, but since like the 80s, he's correct.
Right.
He's correct. And he walked into this and he ended something. So I look at it as like, you guys like, and I'm not I'm not a big Donald Trump fan, but I look at it stuff as like, we have to stick to the facts, not the feelings, because if we're looking at the facts, he's part of the side that helped end or try to cease a lot of this shit, whatever, much as even with the Ukraine and Israel thing, where he had no hand in it when it started.
100% facts, 100% facts. But it could have ended with another president, could have carried on with it. It could have carried on underneath him. But I'm just saying, it's like a U.S. thing to say, oh, woe's me, look at me, I'm the nice guy, I got everybody to the table and I ended it. When you could have ended, like I said, you guys could have ended it 3 vetoes ago. Let's be honest. 3. All the other countries was like saying, stop this bullshit. Yeah. You were like, no, we'll just veto this whole thing and they'll let them just keep warring.
I saw, let's say after the whole ceasefire and everything popped up, and that was with the Sunday, Monday time and stuff, whatever. I think like the Tuesday afternoon, I saw a video where I didn't fully watch it, but I kind of knew where it was going, where there was Hamas getting other Palestinian people in the streets and stuff and publicly executing them in front of the people.
Right.
Right? I look at stuff as where the Palestinian people have suffered a lot because of Hamas.
Yeah.
And Hamas executed these people because they were considered like traitors.
Right.
Because they probably either gave the information or helped part of the ceasefire and everything like that, right?
Yeah.
My question to you and stuff is, if you had the power, what would you do to get rid of Hamas? Because I look at it, well, go ahead, cook.
No, what some way, somehow the government has got to fight, and see, that's part of the thing, right? There's no real established government without one of those factions playing some sort of de facto role, right? So if you got to form like a government that is just for Palestine and for the people itself, outside of those traditional parties like Hamas, right? And what's the other one in that region? Hamas.
Oh, like terrorist organizations? Oh, tons. Al Qaeda. I think there's another one that was kind of brewed, but Al Qaeda and Hamas are still heavy in that region.
Right? So you first have to be able to form a government without that involvement to be able to root out that involvement.
But that's the thing, because I feel like they've tried that. Like I use Syria as an example, right?
Right.
When it came to Syria now, part of the whole reign was what's his name? Dictator. They got him. Saddam Hussein.
Right.
What is Saddam Hussein, that whole region and stuff, that Kuwait and all the above in Syria, his hand was heavy enough to kind of control parts of Syria.
Right.
They're like, you know what? We're going to send U.S. troops to train the civilians to get them ready to kind of fight off and withstand whatever things that might come their way.
Yeah.
Fuck around, train the people, and that's how ISIS was created, whatever, right?
Yeah.
So I'm looking at like, you don't know who to train. And exactly when it came to like the Palestinian and Hamas and stuff, whatever, you don't know who to look for. If any case, you're like, we did a ceasefire publicly, and government-wise and stuff like, but then here you still have this group be like, oh, we done bombed up 85% of the damn Palestinian state, and there's damn near nothing. But these guys are still coming out, be like, yo, we're executing some people and everything and stuff like that. So I'm like, how do you find them? How do you stop them? I feel like just take all of them and just remove them from the region.
Yeah.
Put them in somewhere and just have them watched. Like I look at it stuff as where, okay, they can pick like an Islamic state where like that has like the funding and the resource, maybe Saudi. I don't know, because Saudi, they don't play. So I look at stuff as where take the Palestinian people, bring them there, and if any kind of activity kicks off and stuff, whatever, you're going after all the Palestinian people that you brought in. And be like, you guys are the problem because you guys can't decipher who's Hamas and who's not. And now it's becoming everybody's problem.
Right.
Because when the ceasefire came in, I was like, finally, they need to hurry up and build these places and stuff, whatever. Because, yo, within the 2 years, mad bombings. It's going to take a lot of money and time for these people to kind of build back and get back anything remotely called home. But then within the same group that you're trying to do the ceasefire for, the terrorist organization is still there. How do we stop them?
I don't know if it's a problem that'll be solved in our lifetime, Marv.
That's your politician
Marv, this
opinion?
Is if you want to go outside of politics, this is like you're talking like wars that have supposedly been fought from biblical times until now. They still can't solve their issue.
I shipped them out of. If it was up to me, keep it a buck.
Yeah,
I would probably throw them in, like, let's say, if I had the power, I'm thinking from U.S. power side and stuff there, I would pick like a U.S. place. I don't want to say Guam, but I would say like somewhere where it's regional enough to kind of sustain a couple like possible million people.
Right.
That might be left after all the bombing and shit.
Yeah.
And set them there. And if that activity still go there and stuff, it'd be like, yo, y'all was blaming Israel before and saying Israel's the part of this thing. We've given you a whole place to your damn selves. And now this is an issue. All of y'all the problem.
Yeah, I think the problem with that though is that it's nationalism pride. So they're not gonna want to. They're gonna fight you for even trying to consider even moving them from out where they were to somewhere else. That's the first fight you're gonna have. So? Yes. That's the fight what's going on right now. They don't want to give it up for Israel to have. Not
Israel, but I'm saying like for let's say, even if the U.S. stuff, say the U.S. or even not non-Israel, to say, look, Israel don't want you guys here. We're going to take you guys and put you in a place when it's just your space.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
No, but then Israel's going to get all that land. They don't want Israel to have all that land.
Then there lies the problem.
No, but
anybody that still wants to clap, anybody, put like this. If we're shipping you all, let's say we're shipping out 5 million people.
Right.
If like 1 million is like, no, I'm not staying. Don't be surprised if bombs start dropping again to the million.
They don't want to. They say they have claim to the land. They don't want to leave their land if they don't have to.
Shit. So now let me ask you this. Real talk. Real talk. You're there, you survive all these bombings and stuff, whatever. some people probably, you lost family members and everything and
The
stuff like
whole
that
bunch
to
of
it.
people lost
You
family
can't
members.
eat, you can't barely drink, you're living all types of tyranny, like trauma.
Mhm.
They say, hey, we got a ticket for you to get the fuck up out of here. Are you staying?
Some people have even.
No,
hold
not
on,
some
hold on.
people.
I'm saying, me?
You.
I couldn't tell you because I'm not in that
No,
situation.
but that's what I said.
I'm saying
But that's
some
why I gave
people-
you the whole scenario.
But I'm saying some people have even left before they even got that deal. So it's good. You're looking at two sets of people. Yeah, some people that are
Yeah,
gonna
but
die,
I'm not saying
die for the country.
Them I know
right?
that, but I'm saying
Yeah.
if any Palestinian person, let's say this, there was a father, right? I saw a video where there's a father and stuff like that, whatever, and I think they killed like his youngest child,
Yes.
right? And he was holding his youngest child's body and stuff like that, whatever. And let's say the youngest child had like an article of clothing and stuff, whatever it is, like that was on him.
Mhm.
The father's now chasing one of the other, like say, UN FEMA trucks or something like that,
Right,
and
right.
everything to get food for the other kids
Yeah.
and the family. And he's like, please take us away from this war zone.
Yes.
So that's what I'm saying. If you were that father,
Yes.
would you stay?
If I was that father,
Would you stay?
probably not.
Okay, that's it.
Probably not. But again, I wasn't born or raised or grown there. You had some people who lost everything, just like you said, everybody else did, and they're choosing to stay.
Yeah, and that's cool. But then that's what I'm saying. We leave you to suffer. Because I look at it stuff, if that shit was to happen here, even to Canada and stuff like that, and they're like, look, we're gonna move you to a better place
Yeah.
and everything. Are you okay with just taking you whatever you need and stuff, whatever your important belongings and
But
leave?
why would you have to move me to a better place when you have the power to stop the people who are doing what they're considered injustice to them to stop it?
If they didn't stop it before, you're gonna rely on them to stop it?
So, but I'm gonna rely on you now to move me to a
Hell
safe
yeah.
place.
I rather rely on you because you came to me directly as per person.
Yeah.
Compared to like, we're just talking like news standards and stuff, whatever, and being like, the people don't want to move, and somebody's like, y'all ain't come talk to me directly.
They're gonna have to get somebody other than the people who they deem responsible for all this mess altogether.
What do you mean by that?
They're gonna have to be like somebody like maybe Canada, a nice country, to come say, hey, we have land for you to come move. They won't trust. They ain't trusting the U.S. to come do it.
No, I'm not saying. I'm just using the U.S.
I know.
I'm just saying anybody with power.
Yeah.
And like I said, if anybody, I would put it Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Because they're already Islamic State.
Yeah.
I will put it to Saudi Arabia and stuff to say, look, you guys been through a lot. Come over here. If you say you don't want to go and you want to stay, you're part of the problem.
It's too much pride over there, man. They're gonna turn around to Saudi Arabia and say, if this was you in your land, would you get up and leave? And the Saudi Arabian guy's gonna say, hell no, I ain't leaving either.
Yeah, but they're not the ones that's going through it.
Yeah.
I don't talk to the people like there's a big difference, and I always tell everybody and stuff, whatever. Like how when they shit on quarterbacks and stuff, especially.
Right.
There's one thing watching the game from being in the game.
Yes.
Two different worlds.
Yes,
I'm not talking
exactly.
to a person who's watching the game.
Exactly.
I'm talking to a person that's in it.
Exactly.
So if I go to the person that's in it and say, hey, sir,
Yeah.
you've been through a lot. You've lost home.
Yeah.
Do you want to leave? And if they say yes, yes. If we go to another person, they say no,
No.
cool,
Yeah.
stay.
Yeah.
Stay.
That's what I'm saying. There's people that left even before that choice even came to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And there's
no.
people that lost everything and said, I'm staying.
And I get it. And that's what I'm saying. Like, this is where we need to start weeding out who and who, because I look at it stuff as where after all this,
Yeah.
these people even thought like they probably got at least enough of Hamas and stuff. And they said, no, their goal, Netanyahu was saying like they want to go and exterminate. Didn't succeed in that because the public executions took place like Monday, their time, Monday, Tuesday, their time and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
And I look at it stuff as where they haven't succeeded on the extermination and stuff, but yet and still, Palestinian lives are being taken by other Palestinians, not even Israel. During the ceasefire and stuff, whatever. And then even like the last ceasefire, I was looking at it, I was like, we're looking for Israel who's planning to stop, to say like, you know, we're going to exterminate everything.
Yeah.
To give us a ceasefire and stuff and give us time to pack up our stuff and run. But I'm like, yo, they're gonna drop bombs, dog. You need to get up out the region. What you gonna do? Shout out to DJ Khaled. He ain't go back since. Let's call the heroes out. Let me ask you about this, you know, let me ask you about this AI stuff, right? When, let's say this. AI keeps rising and rising, getting better and better. Can't stop, won't stop, kind of like a Diddy thing. I feel like Brainiac is gonna come alive one day through the AI systems and stuff and start dancing on computer screens.
Right.
Be like, virus, we got you.
Right.
About how long from now will we start seeing people starting to lose their jobs from AI? Estimated time.
Estimated time.
Mhm.
And when you say, when you say lose, because I think like a good portion has lost already. So when you say lose, like you're saying like a good, like a noticeable percentage where we can say it's
Well, let's say this. If you said there's jobs that's been lost and stuff, whatever now, what sectors?
a lot of customer service.
Customer service?
Yeah, customer service and help desk. But I want to say pretty much if you're a Fortune 500 company, that stuff is all AI automated.
Already?
Yeah.
Which company is that? Name one.
Meta.
Okay.
Meta's a prime example,
Mhm.
right? You'll probably have to go through maybe 3 or 4 tiers in
Mhm.
before you get an actual human, right? Probably 3 or 4 tiers in. So if you're looking at, if each of those tiers were, let's say you start off with, you have like your first line of defense.
Mhm.
You hire 100 people of those, right? They
Mhm.
can't resolve the problem, so it goes to the second line of defense. You hire 50 of those. It gets escalated to a third. So in the third now you have 25,
Right.
right? And in the fourth now is just maybe 5 or so that they handle the extreme calls. Those first 4 levels, it's not AI, and it's just one person who does just that final say thing. And he either says yes to it or he either says no to it. It's not like, for instance, one of the messages I got back from Meta, and this was interesting, right? They told me that what the decision was made by the algorithm, the way how the algorithm caught something, right?
Okay.
Now, because it was done by the algorithm catching it, they're going to let the algorithm do its thing, and they're not going to intervene. So even though it caught something wrong,
Mhm.
they're not willing to even go in and correct it.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So either it has to happen either a umpteenth amount of times and a umpteenth amount of people are complaining about it,
Mhm.
or it'll never just leave that first or second line of defense. So the call center jobs, stuff like that, if
I think the
by
call
the end of the
center.
year,
Go ahead.
if it's not already, I want to say maybe close to 50%, I want to say 50%. Worldwide, I think.
Around the end of the year.
Yeah.
So around end of 2025.
Yeah.
Because I feel like call center jobs and stuff were already robot calls and stuff, whatever, before the rise of AI.
Yeah.
So I look at it stuff as where that aspect and stuff, or that sector was pre-AI to be affected. And
Yeah.
they've been cutting jobs from the call center type of things. We're like, press 1 to get to this, press 2 to get to that.
Right.
I don't put that on the AI and stuff, whatever, right? And then I realized and stuff, a lot of these companies actually do have, let's say, what you were talking about with the first 100.
Mhm.
Let's say with the first 100 and stuff, there's actually just those base people and stuff are actually workers to some of these employees. Like I know people and stuff that work for like different government levels and stuff here.
Yeah.
And I look at it stuff as like when I heard that they're like on the customer service end and stuff for that, I'm like, oh, so you do get to see like, let's say an email, let's say if somebody does like talk to chat and everything, they're like, yeah, it's me on the other side
Yeah.
and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
So I asked them, I didn't ask them pertaining to like AI taking their jobs, but I'm like, before you, or like, let's say like when I asked one person and stuff, they said they've been doing it for 8 years. So I said, okay, before you, was that job always there? They're like, to my knowledge, pretty much, yeah. So I look at it stuff as now you're saying possibly ending of this year, they're killing the hundred line.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting. I don't feel to
And,
me.
and what's even more interesting is those who are looking at that as a, because those are considered obviously entry level position jobs, right?
Yeah.
The customers, that first line of defense, customer service, and you as a budding business, when you're growing, you probably at some point will have a need for customer service. But what they're saying now to these newer businesses is that it doesn't make sense even hiring anybody from this role when you can just automatically just go directly to AI. So a lot of these things that we were considering as entry level positions,
Mhm.
stuff that is like it's very basic work. I think a lot of that stuff
Mhm.
is going to be amongst the first to go. So
For me, I see, let's say, more jobs to be lost by AI
mm,
will probably be a year from now.
a year from
So I
now,
want to say, like, in that last quarter of the year of 2026, we'll start to see a lot more of it. Cause I look at it stuff as where, let's say in 2024, when you had the writer strikes, somebody said the writer strikes and stuff like that, right?
right?
There might have been a few in the mix and stuff that lost jobs and stuff in between there because of AI and all this type of stuff, whatever. But I don't believe that many, let's say this, out of the 100, let's say possible 100, I still feel like 60% or 60 people is still employed compared to the 40. Because now it's like trimming fat and it's kind of like, I want to say like the battle of survival of the fittest.
Right.
Because if you don't produce like what we need you to produce on like a 85% level. You don't produce at 85% level, we're cutting you. Because I look at it stuff as where the writer strike, that was going from like the 2024 time, but yet we're still getting newer shows and newer movies and newer things and stuff like that. And their main concern was how the rise of AI, they can now just type in whatever kind of script they want
Yeah.
and get everything done. But that hasn't taken place yet. So I feel like even from that wave, it'll probably take 2 years for that to fully kind of kick in. And then now we're going to start seeing jobs lost after that. So I'm thinking like for now, I think this is just skill set time building. Like for people,
Yeah.
if you feel like you're the possible 100 or the entry level thing, this is where you start building up your war chest and stuff and be like, yo, I can do more besides just this, or add more things to your resume, or even, hey, prompt management?
Or prompt engineering.
Prompt engineering.
Yeah, I think definitely having something where you kind of wrap your head into it and kind of like specialize in, that would definitely be the way to go. But like just like everything that you know would be considered like a generic task that anybody else can do, you want to try and stick away from that because like I
Without a
said, I think that's
without a
the
doubt.
first that's just gonna just get
Without a doubt.
sucked up into the AI abyss.
If it does, because I look at it stuff as where the plan is yes, right? But again, we've known about these things and stuff again, like since like the 2023 time when ChatGPT kind of just came out with like, I want to say with the brolic gear on, with the roids,
Right.
right? If from that time we knew about AI and the possibility about losing jobs, I don't know anybody directly. You tell me, do you know anybody directly has lost their job yet to AI?
No.
And I feel like that wave and stuff is still kind of coming and stuff, whatever. So I think do what you could do, like as people wise, build these skill sets and stuff, whatever. I'm like, yo, again, the same thing what Blue was saying. Yo, add to your shit.
Yeah.
Learn about it. Play with it. Get comfortable with it, whatever, right? Don't tell your criminal activities to ChatGPT because you fuckers will get arrested. Because they will pull that shit up on your ass stuff in no time. How to hide a dead body and cover it in sulfur. No. They will find your shit.
They will find you.
They will find you. But use those things to kind of just build up. Because again, if we're saying like, oh, the world's gone to shit in 2025, what's going to happen when more people lose jobs?
I'm telling you, man, when these people start just stopping you on the street corner and telling you they need bread to get bread,
They need bread to get bread.
it's gonna be one of those times, man.
It's happening now.
It's gonna be one of those times.
It's
man.
happening now. You get off the highway, there's somebody's right there.
It always is. You know what it reminds me of? Every time I see the movie Judge Dredd, where you just have the above ground people and you have the underground people.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's two factions. You really don't think about it. Like it's like people going underground may be a solution to some people and have their own world.
I think the above ground people will be all like anybody with like influencers and public figures. If you're not one of them, you're
Yeah.
gonna go. You need to go underground.
You need to go underground.
Because I don't know how you're gonna make it and stuff for like even was it Demolition Man?
Demolition
when they
Man.
turn Taco Bell into like a exquisite a little restaurant
Right, yeah,
and
yeah,
everything,
yeah,
and
yeah,
limos
yeah.
pulled up and everything. I think people with influence and power will be those other people, and the rest of them will be on the
Will
ground.
be underground. Shit, maybe time to find an underground layer.
Bunkers. Talking about the AI shit, whatever. Drake's lawsuit got thrown out. Your thoughts, considering the fact that like you were rooting for him to win.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts now?
My thoughts is his lawyers are probably still working in the background, see if they can get it brought back up.
So
but otherwise than that, I think he should let it go. I think he's probably.
Oh, now you switch now. So now you're.
I think now that they've lost, I think he should let it go and then focus more on his negotiating power with his if he's got a new deal coming up.
You think he has leverage?
Oh yeah, for sure.
After this lawsuit has kind of been thrown out, because now if you're saying that, if let's say I'm UMG,
yeah,
if I'm UMG and like you had a problem, you want to come after us and stuff like that, whatever. Be free. We'll free you from here and stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
You can go to any label and stuff you want to and stuff and be great as you think you are.
But that's his leverage.
What leverage? That he's gonna be great and be every
Yeah, nobody don't want you to be a great on your own unless especially if they can.
I think Drake is done.
You think he's done?
I think he's cooked. I think his base following and stuff will be happy from whatever he might drop as music wise, but reputation and credibility, and much less like people in the hip hop industry, let's say tailored to like let's say American wise, don't want to fuck with Drake.
I think all he has to do is leave the labels, right? Even with the negotiating power, if they want to negotiate and give him whatever, the world. I wouldn't do it. I would take the Tory Lanez approach, right?
What's that?
Sell each of my recordings for $1 and just live with the results. I think he's built up just like you said, like his core fan base. I think it's big enough
that can keep him alive.
That area, if everybody just bought his thing for $1 and there's no middleman, he doesn't have to pay like this label, he doesn't have to pay that. Like he's getting at that straight. Like again, they were saying, I think it's 4,000 streams constitutes maybe one album sale. And that one album sale is the artist gets like 0.00000. Like they don't
depends on the platform though.
Depends on the platform. But you know, it rarely works out to be a penny, right?
Right.
But if you're gonna sell this thing independently for like $1, you have over 1 million fans. That's $1 million straight to you without nobody else getting no cut. So I think like just to like say, okay, you know what? I'm out of this deal altogether. I would not sign with anybody else, right? I would even let's say get like do a Patreon for that point or that matter, and just say, hey, my core fans, $5 a month.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like something simple, something real light, $5 a month, and then now if you're getting back in good graces, or if America starts to love you again, then you can start to drop your bangers or whatever, and then reprice those, having exclusivity to that. But
yeah, I feel like he has to start from ground bottom, like and I say like ground like bottom ground down like ground zero, where it's kind of like he now has to move like a mixtape artist,
right?
And if he moves like a mixtape artist and stuff with his hustles and everything, his music can move.
Yeah.
Because his name is known.
Yeah.
And I think anybody with a social media following and stuff of even like close to 1 million, just using it as a baseline, you can be okay. Because you have enough people and stuff that would even see your stuff and much as repost your stuff and to at least make the money and stuff as a Patreon wise and stuff.
And to go with all of that, right? Relinquish the throne. You've had the crown long enough.
I think he should have okay, would you say he's not passing the crown, or would you say that they don't acknowledge him as king?
I think they don't acknowledge him now as king,
Okay.
and I think he still wants that acknowledgement of king, right? I think he still can be king if he really locks in and puts in the work and the effort to get that spot back. But I'm saying, why even bother? Like you've had it, like, and you've had it for such a long period of
No,
time.
no, without a doubt. Like
Yeah.
if it was me, if I was Drake and you're speaking to me, I'd do the same thing what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I probably would just, the main thing I would do is I would probably just use my label as a jump point for like even rookie talent.
Right.
And I just look at it stuff as like, you know what? If any case, let this be the jump off mark for any Canadian trying to do something.
That and just getting back to just doing shit you love, like just like from the beginning of it, like just when you started off of it and there was no fame, no accolades, no nothing else. Do it like you get back to that Drake. I think when you get back to that Drake, then that music will start getting back its life and so forth like that. When you, I mean, you have no pressure to be number one. If you have no pressure to be number one, you're not making music for that purpose. You're just making music for it because it resonates with you. Make that type of music, and that will resonate with your core fans. And I think it'll resonate with people who just want things that are real.
Yeah. Well, you know what it is? I feel like they've already done the laughing stock thing and stuff where it's kind of like, you know, he got pushed in the mud. He's covered in mud and everybody's pointing fingers and laughing and everything.
Yeah.
He's more focused on stuff of like, I'm gonna get you back. Right?
Yeah.
And I think that I'm gonna get you back, that took too much energy and steam from him.
Right.
Where it's kind of like, you had let's say this.
But part of that I'm gonna get you back is because everybody was saying you're no longer than like that number one guy. And like he didn't want to relinquish that. Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, yo, get rid of that pressure and just go back to just, you don't need to make I'm gonna get you back music. Make feel good music. Like that's what people fell in love with you for.
And
like,
but
get back to that.
It goes back to like the money integrity thing, because if the feel good music and stuff would be the integrity thing and stuff like that, right? The number one spot is the money.
Right.
The number one spot is what they're chasing for with stuff. Because I look at it as stuff as where I even think even rookier people, and I want to say call them rookier people, let's say like Coast Contra, someone like that and stuff,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I feel like their goal is to be the number one spot. To say like, yo, other rap groups ain't shit compared to ours. Everybody should chase the number one spot.
Right.
I think if you've already were at the number one spot, pass the power.
Yeah.
You've tasted it. You made lemonade out of limelight. On to the next.
Yeah.
Then now you need to just diversify your hustle and your portfolio.
Yeah.
Because I look at it stuff as where the so-called number ones of the past, if they were smart with their money is no longer in the music and stuff, but it's with like other things and other ventures, right? That's what I feel like you should be trying for. He had a gamble thing and stuff like that. Maybe you should partner up with like one of those the Bettys or whosoever.
I think he's partnered with Steak.
Which is good.
Yeah, I think he's partnered with
Which
Steak.
is good. And just fuck with them.
Yeah.
And just leave music alone.
I keep saying I think he should go back into acting.
I agree.
I think he should go back in acting, man.
I agree. But then again, it's like I look at it stuff as where most rappers, right?
Right.
Especially rappers of the past, rapping, then acting came for them and stuff, right? In his case, acting, then rapping and stuff came.
Yeah.
A lot of rappers who went to acting, most of them don't come back. LL, when he's trying to do the 1 2, Will Smith,
Yeah.
do you really take it serious? Are you calling yourself,
I mean,
you're gonna buy an LL album?
No, they're the movie stars to me.
The movie stars to you now,
the movie
right?
stars to me now.
So I look at his stuff as now, would you even look at stuff and say like, oh, Drake is a TV star? No, he's more of a musician now in the world. Now, would you see him back on the screen? Like, would you pay your money to say, oh shit, Drake is on, let's say, a TV show you like?
You know what?
Like, Drake was on Severance. You fuck with Severance.
Right.
Now, whatever, right?
Right.
Are you watching it because Drake is on there, or you already watching it because you fuck with the show Severance as is?
I'm already watching it because I fuck with the show as is, but I would be definitely interested to see what kind of where his acting chops is, and
Acting chops.
and if he can be somebody who can jump back into that, because other than Degrassi, I don't really know him for anything else. I'm pretty sure he may have done maybe a 1 or 2 show here and there, but I really only know him as acting from Degrassi, and a majority of the people who know Drake now don't know him for that. So to say, okay, you've won almost every award possible in music, bro, it would be dope if you went into acting and like pulled out some feats, like win an Actors Guild or something like that.
I would see him like to be honest. I think what was that? Is it More Love?
More Love
or More Life? That album?
Yeah,
that one when you got like Jamaican Drake, you got the British Drake, you got hip hop Drake, you got R&B Drake. I'm like, if this man was acting, this bitch would be fire because he's showing us range and stuff just as is and stuff, whatever, with just the music side.
Let the record show on this podcast, not your average Joseph said Drake is an actor, not a singer or a rapper.
You did say that.
I say he does
that.
so well in the music industry because he's an actor and he knows how to play these roles on records.
You did say that. All right. Let's get to the question of the week.
Question of the week.
Question of the week. Is therapy preventative?
Is it preventative?
Yeah.
I want to say no.
I thought about it and stuff, whatever, for like a while, and I start looking at it and stuff, and I'm like, I'm leaning on the no side.
I'm leaning on the no side.
Because I feel like if somebody's so quick to jump up and say yes, then I would ask them and stuff, have you shed tears, like minusing the grief of losing somebody? Have you shed tears and stuff, whatever, for other purposes or other traumas and stuff in your world? If your answer is yes, you need therapy.
Yeah.
So tell me why you say no.
I say no because the world throws so many things at you.
Yeah.
And there is going to be at least one thing that you're gonna have no answers for.
Would you say, let's say for example, all right, name a random one thing.
Unexpected death.
All right. So now when it comes to grief, right? Well, I'll put that in the category as grief. I would look at stuff as where I love how you said it to me. You're not the first person to know, you're not the last person. Right. An OG, like I had a conversation with a guy whose brother, he lost his brother in a car accident.
Okay.
Right. And the OG to us, he's like, everybody, he said, he's like, I'm sorry for your loss. You know, your little brother is gone and everything like that. And he's like, yeah, I don't know what to do. Like my world's not. And the OG responded, he's stuff like, everybody I love now is already in the grave.
Right.
Minusing this, like, you know, like I want to say you guys and stuff, or like the young bucks and stuff for there. He's like, homies I done came up and hustled with, they shot. Some of them even died in jail.
Yeah.
Whatever. His parents and stuff, whatever, when he went in to go do a bid and stuff, whatever. One time he went to go do a bid, father died. Another time he went in to do a bid, mother died. And then he was an only child. So when he came out and stuff, he had to go to like a relative. Right. And eventually the relatives got old and they passed and stuff for her. So he's like, I'm a grief expert. And when he said it like that, when he put his hand on him and he said like that, I was like, oh shit. I was like, after he quelled that conversation, I was like, you have no, he's like, Marv, he's like, no. And goes around smiling, laughing. He's like, I'm not here saying like the world's against me and stuff like, but he's like, I've been through this and I experienced this stuff. Whatever. I have the power for certain things and I don't have the power for a certain amount of things.
Right.
And when he said it to me, it kind of like blessed me with a lesson to when I'm ready to deal with grief. And this is before I lost my father. So when that moment came and stuff, and I'm like, eventually I'm going to lose somebody close to me.
Right.
i.e. father.
Right.
And I'm looking at stuff like the world still spins.
Yeah.
Because this man has 0 people to rely on and stuff. And I'm pretty sure he's younger than you. I think he's like 48, 49.
Right.
So he's under your age. He's under you and stuff, whatever, right? Yeah. I look at this stuff as like, yo, if I don't provide for myself, I got the government to lean on.
Yeah.
That's it. He's like, if you don't provide and stuff, whatever, you probably have a mom's house to go on there. You probably have a relative's house to go stay and stuff, whatever. He's like, and this too will pass. Take the time to cry and heal. And if it's beyond what you can express, you might need to find somebody to help you express what you need to get off your chest.
Right.
To go on, because you still have a bill to pay next month.
Right.
And I was like, somebody's been through something you've been through.
Yeah.
And I feel like the community aspect will kind of help alleviate the possibility for therapy. But people don't lean on community and people don't build community. So I look at it stuff as like, that's why therapy is not preventative.
Yeah. Yeah. But and at the same token, with that community, right? It's I mean, you're saying it's not the need for therapy, but the community is therapeutic. And
would you consider the community therapy?
I would consider therapeutic, because here's
therapeutic, yes, but would you consider them therapy? Because let's say your community might have no scholar, no high school graduate, when a therapist is at least a few degrees in.
Well, going back to that story that you just said, right?
Yeah.
If that gentleman, right, didn't tell you that thing beforehand, right?
Mm-hmm.
Consider what he told you as therapy, right?
Mm-hmm.
If he didn't tell you that beforehand, would you still be able to deal with what you would deal with and not need therapy after?
Yes. I would.
You would?
I would.
Okay.
The individual that I am, because it's the same thing. I would never act like I know everything, and I would never act like I'm, quote unquote, I guess, better than anybody.
Right.
Because even if, let's say, for example, you've shown me some things, right? Like, I remember when the thing was hanging off, like, on my driver's side and passenger side, and you're like, no, use this.
Yeah.
And kind of push this thing in and everything like that, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm a person of stuff that eventually, if it was bothering me that much, I would probably look at the resources to kind of fix it.
Okay.
But the fact that, let's say, God has placed you in my world.
Right.
Or you're already in my world and stuff like that, and you already have the know-how and everything like that.
Yeah.
I look at this stuff as like, I have my community here, and they'd be like, oh, well, he doesn't work at Acura, or he doesn't work at this place and stuff like that now.
Right.
And da-da-da. I'm like, well, my community can solve the problem.
Yeah, because when I was listening to you to tell you the story, you said, like, what he told you pretty much prepared you for things to come.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah, so I'm saying,
but
you know what I mean?
It was the community aspect of stuff, right? Because I look at it stuff as where, even for myself, let's say, even it's not even an anomaly that came out of the blue.
Right.
But I look at it as stuff as where, if I'm focused enough, I could probably fix a good portion of my own problems.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, starting with accountability and the willingness to change some things, right? Like that main aspect could be one thing and stuff. And then I saw somewhere where even a lot of the people who are, let's say, therapists, shrinks, from like the Jordan Petersons to the Mark Madsons, who write like, subtle art, not giving a fuck, and all those type of things. These people are telling you to go touch grass.
Yeah.
Go for a walk. Change your setting. And I feel like a lot of people don't do these things, but they're looking for the quickest fix possible.
Right.
Right? Like, I remember I was saying to somebody and stuff, whatever, where like, about like the hair plugs and situations and shit like that, whatever, right? How long did some of them sit with the fact that their hair is like probably falling out or going bald?
Yeah.
Right? Some of them probably just recognize that, like, let's say, last month I had everything. This month I'm looking like Patch Adams on this side, or this side right here is thinning out and stuff like that, whatever. What do I do?
Yeah.
And then, these phones are always listening, so they be like, turkey. Turkey. I might as well go for a trip with turkey,
Take a trip.
And then they take a trip and stuff like that, whatever. But I'm looking like, slow and steady wins the race. And we were told that long time ago.
Yeah.
Before hair plugs was a thing.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at stuff as like, oh shit, you've created, like, I even said to myself, I'm like, I done colored my hair. I done dyed my hair. I done put kits in my hair and everything like that. Whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, I done fucked up my shit. Now I'm in a better state of mind now to try and repair my shit. It may not be the fastest as most people and stuff like that, but I'm looking, I'm like, shit, shit started to flow and go.
Right.
It's not at the speed as everybody might want, but they're like, nah, bro, go to Turkey.
Yeah, no.
But even like I had a doctor and stuff that came up to me and stuff, and he's like, what are you taking? I'm like, taking?
Yeah.
He's like, for your hair, because I remember one time we were talking about going to Turkey and shit like that. I was like, bruh, I just thought, I'm not giving a fuck. I just use whatever oils and stuff, whatever that I deem it feels healthy enough where I don't have itch or anything like that, whatever. And bit by bit, the baby hairs are filling in.
I think the idea is that people need to start really focusing more on themselves and less on others.
Pertaining to what? What do you mean by that?
But just pertaining to everything, right? It's just like you took the time to say, I don't have a quick fix solution, nor do I want a quick fix solution.
Mm-hmm.
This is for me, so I'm gonna take the time and figure out which oils I need to use.
Yeah, what works for me.
What works for me, right? I'm going to take this time and do the study on that because it's important to me.
But I
don't care about anybody. As you want to go get your hair plugs, that's good on you. Go get your hair plugs.
But we always say this and stuff that people don't want to do the work.
No.
And that's the thing, because I look at it and stuff as where, like, even for the past few months, I was probably guilty of it at a time. I want to say, like, even pertaining to, like, let's say, like the marketing stuff, whatever, right? Like, I look at it, I was like, all right, great. I throw my money up. I don't got to do the work.
Yeah.
And then I looked at it stuff like, oh, fuck, I still got to do the work.
Yeah.
So I look at it and stuff as where a lot of people are saying, like, are they choosing to do the work because they might get the results and stuff that they might take them there? Or they might look at stuff as like, you know what? Maybe if I do this, it can alleviate for me doing the work because I'm probably paying somebody else to do the work. But I look at it stuff as where in those cases and stuff, is it really sustainable or would it be, long lasting?
People who have micromanagement issues, is it you think it's a trust thing?
People with micromanagement issues, is it a trust thing? I would probably put it into the trust landscape, but then again, let's say if I'm doing a pie graph, I put 60% that, and then another part would be like experiences with a person. But then you might say the experiences will put it in stuff as like a trust thing.
Right.
I look at it stuff as where I might not have that much experience pertaining to, let's say, if I wanted a beat or something like that, right?
Right.
And I'm like, I have this song in my head. I want to get this beat and stuff, whatever. I went to whatever dude, he charged me $1,000 for the beat. And then I realized that me on the track is shit.
Right.
Right. And then I see you now, and then your beat and stuff is like 300. And I'm like, yo, this shit feels like a masterpiece and stuff like that. But I remember the last situation and stuff, I even paid a person was that. I look at it stuff as where nothing venture, nothing gain. But I look at it stuff as, again, it comes back to when you start believing.
Right.
I think that's when you move. And that's why I put in like more experiences than a trust thing. Because I look at it like, all right, the $1,000 didn't work. Fuck it. $300 sounds way cheaper than this.
Yeah.
I'm going to try the 300.
Yeah.
But the trust factor and stuff be like, all those punk ass producers are here to just take my money and stuff regardless. And they don't look out for the benefit or the good for myself.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like 60%, you're right. It's a trust thing. But I think it's like experiences. And a person's experiences, like, I look at it stuff as where whatever makes you comfortable, I can't really sway you from that. Like, let's say, for example, we're going somewhere and I don't know, you want to wear your hoodie on some crisscross shit in this particular place. I'm like, Smooth, what the fuck? You're wearing your hoodie decent over here. We get to this part. You're like, nah, my experiences tell me that it's just gonna start flying in my face.
Right.
But I know I'm expecting some stuff, whatever. I'm looking like, all right, weirdo. And if nothing happens to us at that time and stuff, whatever, it's still not gonna negate your experiences from before.
From before, right.
Whatever, right? So I'm looking like, Smooth, you don't have to do it. Remember last time we came over here, you didn't have to turn your hoodie backwards and everything?
We got lucky that time, Mark.
Yeah. I'm not blaming that on a trust thing. It's your experiences.
We got lucky that time, Mark.
Yeah, we got lucky that time. It's true. It's true. And I'm not saying it won't happen. And then next time, I'm like, oh shit flying in my face. This is why I turned my hoodie on.
This is why I wear my hoodie backwards.
Crisscross will make you jump. All right, man. All right. But yeah, I agree though. Therapy, for most part, it might not be preventative. But I do believe in the times that because we don't lean into community,
Yeah.
like what we should be doing. Because I want to say, I want to, talk like I know, but I want to say maybe the Chiefs way back when, like before slavery and stuff, they never really had major problems and stuff to that level.
Yeah.
Or if people had these problems like, oh, such and such can't give birth, it's kind of like the community working together, bringing aid
100%,
and help.
man.
But ain't nobody coming to nobody because nobody believes in community.
Well, it's nobody believes in community, right? And nobody wants to take the time to listen. And I think it's cool to, experience things on your own, right? But if you can miss a bad experience altogether, why wouldn't you, right? And that was the thing with back in the day when there was community. Like they would like sit in one gigantic family circle and just share experiences from old to young. You know what I mean? So the youngins from an early age got to understand what to pay attention to, what to look out for, what to carry forward. And the key thing was they listened.
Yeah.
They listened because they knew that the advice that was given was sound. Ain't nobody had no time to bullshit you. This is for the survival of our race.
Facts.
You know what I mean? I ain't got no time to bullshit you. This is to make sure we stay survive and we're going on for the next hundreds of years. This is Bible right here. We're sitting down talking.
Do you like, and I know we said it before, but I'm going to ask you again. Do you believe that it might be a lot of more background noise to listen to than, like, I want to say what might be really substantial to a person? So let's say, like I always my little beef and stuff with, like, a good push on social media is like everything's telling you like you're awesome, you're amazing, and all the above and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
But deep down inside, after you log out, you might not feel that amazing and stuff like that, right? Would you consider that more background noise? Because there might be some messages in there that are saying like, stop what you're doing, take the time, go wash your face, go touch grass, go outside, take a deep breath, drink some water, go out and smile. That news or that information is getting decluttered by, you're great, you're amazing, nothing's wrong with you. Fuck everybody. They don't like you. They don't want to see you be great. But again, like I said, when you log off, it's the listening aspect. They don't know what to listen to.
Yeah, you're right. I think there should be a balance, right? Because there's good for that the confirmation. It's good to be cheered on. It's good to have all those things. But you're right. What if you're not feeling those things and you automatically have it being thrusted on you, right? How do you feel when you're not around? What if you know you're not there, but you're getting those messages of pick me up, pick me up, pick me up, and you pick yourself up, and then right after you pick yourself up, then you get hit with that, oh, you're great, to reinforce the pickup that you just got. So now when you're not getting neither of those messages, it's not just the focus of you're so great, you're so great, you're so great, you don't feel so great. It's like, there's also no, but wait a sec, I had the message of I can get great. I can get great. There was a lesson in that I can get great. I can apply that lesson right now and get great.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm saying exactly what you're saying, but if you can have a mixture of both, where you have that the affirmation and then the confirmation,
I like that.
You get in there and then something to reinforce that you're there, like cool on your back. Because listen, man, there's nothing that's more enjoyable than a celebration of something well done.
Yeah. I feel like, but people, like, they make it feel
confetti man. You know? Why am I telling this to confetti man? I can't tell this to confetti man. You can't tell us to confetti man. Confetti man know what the deal is.
I know what the deal is. I mean, it's in my back pocket. Just don't make me throw something now, or whatever. But like, yeah, listening is a major thing too. It's just that I feel like there's a lot of background noise and so much noise that people don't know what to listen to.
Well, and again, going back to what I'm saying, like when we were sitting down as that community, we were giving you messages because we wanted you to just survive. We wanted you to live to see the next day. We're living in a time where people are giving you, will sell you on false dreams and false hopes because they don't care that much for you.
Yeah, they just want to take your money.
Yeah. So, you know what I mean? With whatever may benefit you or it may not benefit you, it's still coming out the same pipeline. Now you have to figure out how to decipher that.
Well said. Well said. Okay. Let's get to the Ask the Sons, man.
It's the sons.
First question for the Ask the Sons comes from Tall-Otaku. What is a fast food place no one can tell you it's good?
A fast food place nobody can tell me is good.
Yeah.
Wimpy's.
I've never had their thing before.
I don't know anybody who has. So that's a fast food place nobody can tell me is good. I don't know. I've seen maybe 3 in all of my lifetimes. And I've never could say that I've seen somebody that I know walk out or walk in or someone who said, yo, I just had myself a Wimpy burger.
I've never heard no one say that.
No one. No one.
I've never heard no one say that. For me, no one can beat that Wimpy's. I just feel like this. A fast food chain, I promise you, there's something about like McDonald's, it don't sit well with me.
Right.
Like, because I look at it stuff as like, yo, as a kid, I used to love McDonald's. Yeah. Right?
Yeah. I don't know which kid did, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
like
know
they got the game brainwashed. They got my son.
I know they got X. I know they got him.
Yeah, they
got every last one of us growing up.
Yeah, they got
us.
And I look at it as stuff as like, maybe the food inks or the other shits that keep coming out along the pipeline and let you know, like, this is how ketchup is made. And
right.
This is how this is it. And you're looking like, ain't no way, man. Ain't no way. Because I look at it stuff as where, fuck, I find myself a lot more now, like, I want to say before I even turned 40.
Right.
I have a young Thundercat that works for me, and he's like in his 20s. He's 25.
Okay,
right?
okay.
And he was like, yo, you want to try this? You want to try that? And no. And like, bring some shit in.
Yeah.
I find myself more than ever because I see the shit like I'm like, yo, boss, you can't survive off ramen.
Right.
You can't survive off this and stuff, whatever, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I know, and da-da-da, and everything. And I just start reading a lot of the shit they're saying. I just run it through Google, and I'm like, mad shit is causing cancer. Mad of these things and stuff for just fucking with you and everything. And I look at it like RIP to D'Angelo.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of people are just falling down to damn pancreatic cancer.
Yeah.
Your mom, my father, you know what I'm saying? So I look at it stuff, I was like, there's something in the foods, but I'm like that fucker with the golden arch. Like, can no one tell me that they're like, because even, and you know what made my day? When punk ass Popeyes and stuff decided to say we're gonna make chicken nuggets.
Right.
And I was like, how do your nuggets don't look like McDonald's? But yet it's still, you can eat, let's say this. Back in the day, I could probably wolf down 20 nuggets with a smile. Popeyes and their shit, yo, if I'm eating 10, I'm obese.
Yeah. Yeah.
Something ain't right with that company.
Something's not right. Something not right with those nuggets.
But I know somebody, yeah. The nuggets is built different.
Those
assholes came out, new all white meat chicken, and be like, what about last week? What was it before? Fucking guys. But the Wimpy's thing, I never heard nobody say they got a Wimpy burger before. Okay, next question. What's up?
I'm gonna make it a mission to get a Wimpy's burger now.
Where's the closest Wimpy's?
I think I seen one in Milton.
You saw one in Milton?
I think I seen one in Milton. So you know where you go up, is it it's not McMurtry. I think that's a Brampton.
No, we'll Google this bitch. We're going on an adventure.
You know where you catch the highway off of 50?
Yes.
Yeah. So I think along that road, I can't remember what the name of that road is, but I think there's a Wimpy's burger just a little bit up more further from the highway.
Oh, okay. Okay, I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah.
Is it over there by those other restaurants?
It's on the opposite side.
Oh, okay.
It's on the opposite side.
I'm gonna Google it to make sure. There's a Tim Hortons
Tim Hortons on that side, yeah.
Wimpy. Next question comes from Phantom Pain. What is something women learn too late in life? Attention does not equal to value. Yeah, because I feel like some women and stuff, I think, well, let's say more girls to women in the earlier stages.
Right.
I feel like a lot of them look like, well, this person has that much followers, or everybody likes this girl and stuff like that, and all the above. And they all look at her because she's pretty and everything. But I think once they come to the realizing, like, yo, all things glitter is not gold.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, that's a lesson they learn later.
Later in life. Yeah.
What do you got?
I got to how to say that I was wrong.
Is that accountability?
Sorry, the A word.
Yo, you know, I said this Halloween I want to dress. I was gonna dress like somebody at work as a joke, but I said, like, you know what? I just wear all white, and I just want accountability come around off my shirt and be like, I have accountability. Do you? But somebody's like, no, you're rage baiting people, Marv. If you do that.
Or no, or dress up in that all white, just have from head to toe accountability, and every time you see a woman, run.
Dun, 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 dun. Run. Yo.
And be like, why are you running, Marv? Because I'm accountability.
Hey, you don't believe in me. There will be blood after this episode. Last question comes from OptionalHero. I like that.
Yeah, I like that.
Optional. Yo, that's right. OptionalHero. What's the biggest green flag people overlook in relationships? What's the biggest green flag people overlook in relationships? Accountability and the willingness to change for the better. No, because I look at it stuff as where I remember this. I remember when I was married and stuff, right?
Mhm.
In the beginning, let's say before we got married and everything like that, whatever, I felt like I knew enough to have, I want to say, an everlasting marriage,
Okay.
so to speak, and stuff, whatever, right?
Right.
One of the homies might hear this, might laugh at this, because one of his running jokes and stuff is like, what are you talking about? Side note, he's like, yeah, I had this hoodie and stuff, whatever, longer than Mars been married. I was like, you bitch ass. He can't wait to throw shots. But the accountability thing, so I was in a situation where I had to learn the concept and stuff of we, not me.
Mhm.
So it has to be more of a us thing, not just of a me thing.
Yeah.
And then when I finally like said, I'm gonna put that in notion and stuff for more of a we, and instead of a me, my relationship and my marriage at the time did get a lot better.
Okay.
And I look at it stuff, I had to hold myself accountable and stuff for that fact that, like, you know, I was kind of just looking at like, it was more of a come and go shit.
Yeah.
So I was in a situation and stuff where like there was no kid, there was nothing, it was just her, just me. And I'm like, we're not doing nothing. No. All right, I'm gonna go over here, go kick it.
Right.
And then she's probably like, well, what if I wanted to kick it with you tonight and just chill, kick back. I'm like, yeah, but you're with me all the time.
Yeah.
And then I looked at it stuff as like, she said to me, she's like, okay, take me for granted if you like.
Right.
And when she said that, I thought about it and stuff, and I'm like, yo, before I start making plans, future plans after that, I started thinking, be like, do we have anything planned?
Right. Right.
I wanted to do this, or I was supposed to connect with my peoples and stuff like that, whatever. So it's a we thing before it's a me thing, right? And I feel like that's a big green flag and stuff, because when getting that into a relationship, like when you, not only when you give it, because I given it, but when I get it, I was like, you're a good woman.
Yeah.
I always say that, like, yo, you're a good woman. But it's accountability aspect.
Yeah.
Because again, it's to own up to like where you're wrong and where you're like the willingness to do better. What you got? Biggest green flag people overlook in relationships.
I think, well, it was what I was gonna say was kind of leaning into more of the whole accountability aspect.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, the way that person treats others.
Woo! Woo! Watch how they treat the help.
Yeah, for sure.
Watch how they treat the help. I've seen a lot of people and stuff where it's kind of like they're in me world.
Mm-hmm.
So the way how they treat others and stuff is kind of like it reflects and it shows, and then it makes you look.
Yeah.
It makes you look and think. You're right. You're absolutely right. That and accountability. Well said.
Those two.
Well said. Because I seen moments and stuff where like, do you know who I am? Or like, I can buy this place, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, but I have more money for it than that in the meal. Once I hear you talking to somebody and start dealing with somebody like that, whatever, I second guess. A chick did that to me with me, or I was on a date with her, and she said that she's like, that's a cheap ass meal. I can buy that 10 times over and stuff, whatever, with cash.
Right.
Don't you guys need to come correct? And I was like, the way how she was giving the smoke to the waitress,
Yeah.
I was like, oh boy, I guess this
Yeah,
is not gonna last too long.
no. Definitely not a class act.
And then I saw a situation before with a woman where she's kind of like, I have a question to ask you. She said this to the waiter. I have a question to ask you. If we tip you, do you split the tip with your other team? Or is it something where you keep all the tips to yourself?
Right.
So he said, unfortunately, this is an establishment that like our tips can kind of get split amongst everybody at the end and stuff, whatever. So she's like, I don't know. I want to tip you. They didn't serve us. You served us and you gave us immaculate service.
Right.
Right? So I'm like, he's like, the most you could do is probably do a review thing. And on the review, my bosses would see that and it'll kind of help me stand out a little bit more. And she did a basic tip.
Yeah.
And before we even left establishment, she's already doing a review.
Right.
And I'm like, that says a lot.
Yeah.
That says a lot about a person and stuff, whatever. So I dig that. We are here.
We're here.
We made it. We made it, Smooth.
We made it.
All right. So say the Suns this week getting a little worse to the wise and stuff to keep them pushing. So say the Suns, quick and easy. Always stay coachable in all your stages in life. So say the Suns. You never want to be uncoachable. You never want to feel like Phil Jackson can come in here, or a Phil Jackson in your life can come in and show you a few things and stuff, whatever, and all the above. You don't have it all. I would never claim I have it all. I don't recommend everybody to have it all. If you already know what you know, and if somebody's already teaching you this and stuff, whatever, then you can just say, I've tried that.
Right.
But you should always stay coachable in all stages of your life, from the good times to the bad times. So say the Suns.
So says the Suns.
I think the illest thing and stuff is I had a homie, his peoples and stuff came up with some they did a few business transactions and came up with some M's.
Okay.
They came up with some M's and stuff in the game and everything like that. And I was like, congratulations and stuff, whatever. I'm like, that's what's up. You get an accountant? You should get an accountant and stuff like that, whatever, right?
Right.
Nah. I think I go to check in on him and stuff one day. He's like, man, Marv, you know that time you were the first person to say something about the accountant aspect and stuff for that?
Right.
I was like, at the time, like, yeah, why? He's like, I'd probably would have $200,000 more in my pocket if I'd have even just listened to you. I'm like, always stay coachable, my guy.
Mm-hmm.
Always stay coachable. Even if I even gave you the inspiration, it's still time for you to look it up yourself.
To look it up.
Or even talk to people amongst the peoples you made monies with.
Yeah. Find out how an accountant would benefit me.
But a lot of people look at it stuff as like, no, I got me an M.
Pop what you talking about? Accountant.
I got money in my account.
My money. I count my money.
Ooh, I count my money. I dig that instead. I count my accountability.
I count my money.
I count my money. I should get a ticket. I should get a tattoo like that.
You don't get that?
Yo.
I count what? I count my money?
He's like, I count it. Yeah, I count my money. That's a bar. Well, that's it, man.
That's it.
Yes, folks. Thank you for rocking with us, man. Like, comment, subscribe, all the above.
All the above.
All streaming platforms possible. Once again, we thank you for rocking with us and stuff. And yes, always stay coachable. And thank you once again for listening to the Podical Sons. Always remember, the difference between genius and stupidity is that genius has its limits. And these jokes don't.
Peace.
Peace and love, y'all.
Peace.
Keep well.
Peace.
The Podical Sons with Not Your Average Joseph and Sofa King Marvelous.